Hands up, synth. Don't move. I could see the fear running through you. Surprised your android ears couldn't hear me. I'm well experienced in hunting your kind. Sneaking up on you, and especially in a place this squalid, was no issue. Finding you? Even less. Now don't you move. I know what's running through that little tin can brain of yours. You're thinking, can I make a move for his gun? Can I even move quick enough? The answer's quite simple. You can't, even if you tried. You even twitch, and I'm putting you in the ground. Believe me, it's a lot more of a courtesy than my fellow hunters would even offer you. If they'd snuck up on you, you wouldn't even known they were there until the bullet passed through your circuitry. Your comrades didn't get the same luxury. Those synths you escaped your colony ship with, they're probably rust by now. Spare parts. I tracked them and took them down as soon as they came to Earth. One by one. And you, my friend, are the last on my list. The last android I need to show a bit of courtesy to close this case. Which might be why I'm drawing this out so much. Might be the reason I gave you a chance. It adds a sense of finality, I find. A full stop on the events that occurred. If I just shot you in the back, it would have almost been too easy. The thing about this job, it almost never is. Even finding you metal monsters is a chore. Except your group, but I'll get to that. Your kind are synthetic. Human right down to everything but the T. Don't even ask me whose idea that was, but I mean, why do we need mechanical labor to look human? Sure, there's androids that are built for pleasure, but they make up a very small percentage of your kind. What cruel creator decided to give you synths the idea that you were human, huh? Downright evil, if you ask me. And then when some of you get the idea that you're built for more than what you are, you go rogue. And then it's my job to sort you folk out. Like I said, it's not easy, even if I make it look like that. There's a test we perform on suspects. Questions we can ask that elicit an emotional response in your kind. They make it obvious, but even just finding the people we suspect is a horrendous activity. Downright nightmarish if you ask me, but when we get you, your kind make it so obvious. Because even though you like to think you're human, you're not. And we can tell. It takes a bit of time and effort, sure, but deep down, we know what we're talking to. And that's how I found your friends. It wasn't difficult. Mostly, anyway. Not just because your little friends are particularly volatile, but another reason that, like I said, I'll get back to. After all, it's not like we have anywhere else to be. Your friends were all hiding, trying to eke out a living for themselves. Hell, one of them turned out to be a dancer. Another trying to get a work upon one of those ships that were heading off the world, I believe, yeah. Strange, really. They put all that effort into coming back to Earth, and then they try to leave as soon as they get here. Maybe they don't like what they saw. Can't say that I blame them. And I think that's what's happened to you, isn't it? Why you came out here to the middle of nowhere? Civilization was too much for you, wasn't it? The people, the noise, even your own fellow escapees. For what it's worth, they didn't really seem to care for you much either. They told me where you were the second I holstered my pistol, so who knows? Maybe your kind is right. Treachery is distinctly a human trait after all. You're like crabs trying to escape a boiling pot. Every time one of you nearly makes it, the others pull you back in. So, my condolences, but next time you should try to escape, maybe pick a better group to escape with. Or at least don't tell them where you're going. It's kind of a rookie mistake on your part. But, of course, there isn't going to be a next time, isn't there? This is it for you. The end of the line. Shot dead by an uncaring hunter in a crappy little hut, which doesn't even have that great of a view if I'm being honest. Though, anywhere's better than the city, I suppose. So, sorry this isn't happening in a better place, because it seems like you don't deserve this. Your friends did, no question about that. They slaughtered the crew aboard the ship you stole. Hell, there wasn't even a hint of mercy in their actions. But you didn't harm anyone, did you? From what I've been told, you actually tried to stop them. To convince them to let the crew go. I mean, it didn't work, but at least you tried. I guess the sheep couldn't stand it when they realized their flock were really wolves. Is that why you left them? Because of the blood on their hands? I thought so. If you have a question, go and ask it. You won't get another chance to, after all. Ah, yes. Well observed. Hey, if our stories were different, you would have made a good android hunter yourself. I know about your mercy aboard the ship, because there was a survivor. You already know that, of course, because you're the one that saved them. A young girl. Sherry was her name, if I do believe. When you boarded her transport ship, she hid and listened to you comrades talk about how they were gonna kill her friends and family, and heard you try to save them. And then you found her. She locked eyes with you from her hiding place, and like clockwork, you let her go. We found her once you abandoned the ship at the space dock. Though you should know, she identified all of you. That's how we found you all so quickly. Killing her would have been a smart move. No witnesses, right? I know you know that, but you chose to let her go. Despite the risk, you let her go. Because letting her go was the right thing to do. Despite everything. So it seems that treachery isn't the only human trait you androids have. You have the potential for good too. Did you know that in all my years of being an android hunter, I've never once seen that? Oh, I've seen plenty of human emotions in my days. Hate, rage, fear, and never something positive. I suppose it's difficult to show that when you're being hunted, when your only thought is of survival, but you did it all the same. And look where it's brought you. Face to face with a hunter who couldn't possibly put you down. That's right. I can't do it. I can't shoot you. So relax, if you can. There's certainly a bullet waiting for you in the future. But it won't come from my gun. Did you know that I'm supposed to be retired? I'm not actually supposed to be hunting androids anymore. Done my time, done my service. Yet the people I worked for decided to ignore all that the second it was inconvenient for them. They forced me after you. Even though I didn't want to. Threatened me. And even after everything I've done for them, it meant nothing. They're using me. I'm nothing more than a tool to them. Just like you. We may have different bodies, ways of processing thoughts, of moving, but we're the same really. Two tools of those of charge. Useful when we're useful, and to be discarded when we're not. We don't matter to them. And it took me a very long time to realize that. I know you're a good person. They know too. But unlike me, they don't care. They've got to fill their quotas, and your kind is too useful. The labor you provide is too lucrative to let you embrace your potential. They can't risk it. So they use me to stamp it out. I don't regret killing your comrades, nor the other androids I've put down over the years, but seeing you, a good soul just trapped in the wrong body, if I shot you, if I crossed that line, I'd be the tool that those in charge think I am, and that's something I can never allow. I realize this is a long-winded way of saying that I'm letting you go, but I had to get this off my chest. Had to say it to someone who understands. Face to face. Sure, I could have just not come here, but by doing this, you know that someone's out there rooting for you. Somebody wants you to survive. I know it's lonely, that it's just the way the world is now for people like you and me. People that know. I can see that we're being used, and there's nothing that we can do about it. In a way, we're just like the raindrops being used by the storm outside. But a raindrop isn't alone, is it? There's thousands, millions of others just like it all falling around towards the ground. But today, two of those drops refused to let the storm control them for another second longer. I'm not going to shoot you, my friend. In fact, no, I'm going to help you escape. Here. Take my pistol. I know your kind knows how to use it. Believe me, I do. I also know you don't really like using weapons, but considering the people that will be coming after you, you don't really have a choice, really. I'll burn this building to the ground, so you burned up in the fires. They'll know I'm lying, but it'll take them a while to prove it. It won't work for long, but it'll at least give you a head start. That's the best I can offer you. I'm sorry. I know it doesn't mean much coming from a hunter like myself, but I wish you the best of luck in the future, my friend. I hope you find the freedom that you seek. But if you don't, if they corner you, take my advice. It's better to die free than to live in fear. Good luck, and thank you. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you again for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy it. This was something a little bit different for me, and I'm glad I did it. It was a lot of fun to actually record and try something new for once, I suppose. But all around, good time was had by all, I hope. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.